Hey everybody, this is Everything's Fine, Everything's Ruined. I'm your host, Tristan. And, as always, joining me today is your friend and mine, Bumblebee.
Biz, 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 biz,
Oh,
biz,
no, okay,
biz.
wrong Bumblebee. Your friend of mine, Optimus Prime?
By the Allspark, it's me, Optimus.
Oh, it's just Hassan. It's okay. Guys, Hassan, I have disappointing news. I was trying to get a Transformer on as the guest for the show. I couldn't.
Look, that's fair. They're
really hard.
very big, so it'd be difficult.
Yeah.
We used to use webcam. Like, you'd probably need a professional camera because you'd have to be pretty far back to really get them in frame.
Yeah, it'd be hard. They'd like Blur City on them. Also, they don't exist, so
What?
As far as I know, I've been told that they don't exist.
I've seen video of them.
Oh, wait, you have?
Yeah, there's been video of them for like decades.
What? But they're in disguise, Hassan. You can't see them.
No, because they transform and then they're not in disguise. There's even that one where Optimus just put his fist up in the air and then he just flew away.
Which one was that?
It's the fourth one with Mark Wahlberg. Literally ends with just Optimus being like, I have to go back to Cybertron. And
then flies back to Cybertron himself?
Yeah.
What?
I'm not making that up. Yes, that's how the movie ends.
The one with the knight, or like...
I think that's the next one after it.
Okay.
This is the one where he flies away is the one where one of the main characters carries around a card in their wallet that explains the Romeo and Juliet law, which is a law that allows someone who shouldn't be with a person that young to still be with them, because when they started dating. Why was this left in the movie?
Yeah, that's fair. Look, we all got to know the Romeo and Juliet law. It's important that we all do.
Don't.
No, we have to.
Don't.
No, we have to know. Hassan, if we do not know as a species in which state and province the legal age of consent is, how are we going to be as a people when it comes to romance?
We will be better off is the answer.
No, you got to know. You have to know.
Yep.
You got to know.
Nope, not okay with that thing.
Look, I think the most powerful people in the world have an idea of what even like the legal age of consent is in like the Philippines, let's say, or like Jakarta. So, yeah.
You have me there.
Yeah.
Can't believe that was the main point of a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
This day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Glad they
Somehow
did that.
they had the movie where one of the Constructicons had testicles.
Transformers 2, yes.
And that's not the least mature moment or concerning sexual moment in a Transformers movie.
I mean, it's still pretty concerning. Not the most concerning, though. Yeah. It's the Romeo and Juliet card. Which, again, I think we should all know this stuff. Should be quizzed.
Blanket 18.
Blanket 18. That's fair. But, like, some places it's like 16.
Blanket 18.
Fair enough. Well, Hassan, what are we here to talk about today?
Well, Tristan, we're here to talk about the 18th Transformers movie, that being Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, before we get into this movie, Tristan, I want you to put on your Hollywood executive hat.
Yes.
And tell me, what is the actual main focal point, the main thing that we're going to follow in this movie?
Well, Hassan, I would say in this movie, if I wait. Hold on. I gotta think about Hollywood executive. So put the hat on.
Movie's called Transformers:
Rise of the Beast. Okay, here we go. Okay, humans.
You got it. Actually,
shit, yeah. That honestly, I was cheating. I know all of these Transformers movies are the exact same thing. But if I play this game legitimately, I would say, it'll be about the brands of the cars that are in the... Yeah. No? Okay. But I know it's humans.
Also, not a whole lot of the beasts in it either.
What? Really? It's the whole thing. They said
we'll get into it. There's only 4 of them in the film. And only 2 of them have like more than one line of dialogue in the entire film.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Sorry. Actually, there's 5. We'll get into it. But so Transformers: Rise of the Beast came out this year. It, as I understand,
I'm sorry, I did not know that one came out this year.
Oh yeah, no, it only came out in May.
Okay.
Yeah, no, everybody kind of forgot. It was not a particular success, so it had a budget of estimated 195 to 200 million, box office 439 million. Didn't lose a bunch of money, but once you factor in marketing and some other stuff,
broke even roughly.
Really a success. Yeah, probably like.
I'm
sure Hollywood did some creative accounting and said that they lost money on it. I'm sure the reality is not that, but.
No.
So
okay,
I genuinely don't know. Sorry, it's the 7th installment in the Transformers.
They made 7 of these things.
Movies.
To be fair, they've been making these since what, 2006, 2007?
Yep. And so this, as I understand it, they're all technically in the same time. Like they're all connected to one another.
So I've heard.
So this one is set in the past. It's set in I think it's like 94, 95, something like that. Bumblebee is still the furthest back in our chronology. It basically goes Bumblebee, this movie, and then the first Transformers movie. Although there's some things in this that maybe take away from that. But the kind of main driving point of this movie, called Rise of the Beasts, it is supposed to be a film that not only features the Transformers that someone who has only seen the live action movies would be familiar with, so your Optimus Prime, your Bumblebee. I don't your Megatron, Starscream. I honestly don't remember any of the other. I think Jazz.
I was going to say I can see Jazz in the title card right here. He's in the corner. I can't point at him.
That's Mirage in this film. Thank you.
The one with hold on. Which one's Jazz in the movie? Because he should be a police car, a police vehicle.
Well, Jazz. I think Jazz was in some of them, but not in Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, okay. So that's Mirage then.
Yes.
Okay.
The Porsche 911, I believe it is.
The Porsche 911 police car.
Blue, yeah, it's Mirage.
Yeah, okay. Well, right. It's supposed to be Jazz, but sure.
Played by Pete Davidson. Yay!
That's a waste of Pete Davidson.
Kinda.
That guy's pretty talented. So
but Rise of the Beasts, it's gonna have. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. So it was originally Beast Wars, but up here in Canada, they had to change it to
Beasties.
Beast Machines.
Beasties.
No, Beasties was the sequel one where they made it to Cybertron.
No, Beast Machines was the sequel one.
Okay, I always get it wrong.
That's good.
But it's gonna bring in Optimus Primal and Cheetor and Rhynox and Air Razor.
Fucking Rhynox is the best, man.
Okay, great, because
Rat Trap? I fucking love Rat Trap.
Yep.
Damn it!
No, I'm not kidding. There's 5. The 5th one is Ape.
Air Razor?
No. So yes, Air Razor. She's one of the 4. And then there's Ape Link, APELINQ, which I guess is... I've never heard the character. I think they're more from the comics.
Ape Link?
Yeah. Dies almost immediately.
So I'm assuming that they're like Ape Link, which should be Optimus Primal, right?
No. 2 separate characters. There's Optimus Primal and there's Ape Link. They look almost identical.
What are they doing? Okay, I've never heard of
They
I've
kill
never heard
off
of
Ape
Link.
Link almost immediately.
That's
so
a good
don't worry
call.
about it.
That's a great
Because-
call.
So, the opening of this film is, I believe it's Ape Link. Could have been Optimus Primal. I don't remember. I watched this movie in the best possible setting to watch it, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. I genuinely think movies like this, that being, this is a real 6 out of 10 movie, the best place to watch these films is on an airplane for 2 reasons. Number one,
Yeah,
you've
I
got
agree.
nothing better to do on an airplane. You don't want to watch a good movie on an airplane.
No.
Right? It's a miserable way to watch a movie. So it's the perfect place to watch a bad movie. And also, there's very little to distract you, so it forces you to pay attention to
Now,
these garbage films.
I gotta say, when I'm on an airplane, that's the only time I'll actually ever watch a Christopher Nolan movie. So,
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
or Hateful Eight. No, I'm kidding.
Both check out.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
no, it makes sense. Not kidding. I genuinely, when I'm on an airplane, I'm always like, what's like a movie I
Yeah.
would otherwise never watch? Because this is the perfect time to watch it. I
Yeah.
don't want to watch something good in this.
I usually read, but yeah,
terrible
I get you,
experience.
man. Like that's like the best setting for like, yeah. What terrible shitty blockbuster is on here? Oh, look at that! It's Rise of the Beasts. Let's go for that.
Yeah.
Why
It was that or
wouldn't
The
you?
Flash, and I chose this.
Yeah, you chose right. I think.
Well, I was going to watch The Flash on the way back, and then it wasn't one of the planes with the headsets in the back of the seat, so I had nothing to watch. Really screwed me, Air Canada.
That's too bad. Yeah.
Yeah. But film opens, we're getting a dialogue about, there was this entity that would eat
There
other
was an
planets,
entity
and we
that ate
thought
other
it was made up until it came
We
to our
thought it was
planet.
fucking bullshit, says Peter.
And Unicron sends down a
No,
bunch of...
okay, was Unicron in this?
Sort of.
Okay.
Barely.
Sure. All right.
Comes to this planet, sends down a bunch of drop ships with a bunch of these evil scorpions, as well as our real main protagonist, Scourge, who is just his sort of...
Wait, really? They made Scourge the main protagonist in this, or the antagonist? Sorry.
Yeah, to be clear, he's pointless.
Well, yeah, that's so. Scourge was the like the Beast Wars version of Starscream, essentially, and he dies real early on in that series, like just totally wiped out.
Are you sure you're thinking Scourge? I don't
Pterodactyl?
remember Scourge in Beast Wars.
Is it Pterodactyl, I assume?
No. So Scourge is he's a black like Optimus Prime, as in like, you know, a car painted black. Yeah, he's a black Peterbilt, it says here.
Really? Weird.
Yeah. So
And I gotta look at Beast Wars. So.
he comes down, and they're after the transwarp key. So Ape Link basically sacrifices himself to delay Scourge, while the other Maximals get in their ship, and they transwarp to the past to Earth. We then jump cut to so it's 1994, where our main character, Noah Diaz, who is played by
Noah
Anthony
Diaz.
Ramos,
Okay, sure. Yep.
who's actually decent in the role. So he's this ex-military guy who, it's unclear what he did in the military, but it sort of implies it was something to do with electronics and communication, because he's
comms tech.
something like that. Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
using the electronics to create like a device to get like free cable, and he's also good at like building radios.
Sure.
So
Oh, also the Predacon I was referring to was Terrorsaur. I forgot about that,
yes, Terrorsaur,
which
yes.
is very close to Scourge in my mind. So it's not,
That's
but
fair.
you know, go on.
That's fair. So he, for some reason, was kicked out of the military, but he has applied for this job to become a security guard. Goes there, the security's like, "Nah, I contacted your CO. He's like, you suck. You're not a team player, so you're not." And that's a big point that comes up throughout this, that he doesn't know how to be a team player. He doesn't know how to, work with others, blah, blah, blah. So he doesn't get the job. So the guy who he was handing this device to, steal cable from, who had told him, like, oh, you should join me in a job I have, which is stealing a car. He's like, okay, I'm going to do this. At the same time that this is all going on, we're seeing some scenes in a museum with Elena Wallace, played by Dominique Fishback, where there's this artifact that they find that they're not sure. She's like, no, they say this artifact is... I honestly forget... what it's supposed, like Sumerian or something. She's like, no, these carvings don't make sense, blah blah blah. So after everybody else leaves, she sort of sticks around in the museum and then sneaks into the research room where she's not allowed because she's just an intern, and starts to scan this statue of this eagle hawk, bird. And then it breaks down, and oh my god, it's the transwarp key in it, and it shoots out this beam of light. So, same time that this is happening, while Noah is stealing a car, it is Mirage that he tries to steal, and so of course Mirage takes over, and there's this police chase where they get away from it. But because this beam of light has gone off and Mirage needs to go to the other Autobots, the other Autobots being obviously Optimus Prime, RC is there, Bumblebee is there.
Okay. Oh, actually, wait. Okay, RC being in this is actually kind of cool. I didn't know RC was ever in these movies, so that's nice.
I think she is in the future ones, so it's a weird... Wait, what happened to her? Guys, why, if this is supposed to be in between, if this is the first one in between this and then the first Shia LaBeouf one, where did she go?
Wait, this is a prequel?
Yeah, no, this is set in 94.
Huh. Okay, yeah, where did RC go? Does she die in the movie?
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah.
So RC just fucks off somewhere. Unless RC's been in the movies the entire time and I didn't
notice. There's another one, Stratosphere, who's this old... he is a Fairchild C-119 flying boxcar cargo plane. Don't know what happened to him. Okay. And then there's also... Wheeljack?
Oh, Wheeljack.
Don't know what happened to him.
Wait.
He's
Wheeljack's a
not
main...
in the future films.
What? He's like a main guy.
Nah, so in this one, he's this like nerdy scientist who is a 1970s Volkswagen Type 2 panel bus.
Yeah, sure, that's cool.
For some reason has a Mexican accent.
Weird.
Which they make a joke about in the movie, but then don't explain at all.
They joke about his Mexican accent?
So... No, it's literally when he shows up, Noah's like, oh man, you speak, and he's like trying to do it. He's like, but you're like a Mexican Transformer, right? Because you got the, and they just don't acknowledge, and it's like, wait, no, but for real, did he pick that accent up on Earth? Or are you implying that this is an accent that exists amongst Transformers? Because that's weird if it is, and raises questions about... Wait, are there other accents?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so there are other accents in the Transformers universe. There have been like Texan accents and German.
But you would just chalk that up as it just being a weird thing, and they never openly acknowledge it with the humans. But having the human acknowledge it, you're like, wait, no, are they picking it up from the humans or not? Because if they're not and they have it, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I can only Yeah, they should not actually talk about that, because I think it's one of those unwritten rules where you should not discuss the accents the Transformers are using.
Yeah, they 100% just shouldn't have acknowledged it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's like this is just how this character sounds. Who cares?
Yeah,
but like acknowledging makes it super strange.
So what happens is basically Noah and Mirage go to where the other Transformers are. The other Transformers like, you brought a human, what's wrong with you? Optimus in particular, who for some reason hates humans. Don't really explain it. He's just all like, humans suck. I don't like them.
Optimus Prime is weird at times with that
him.
shit. Like, okay, wow. Dark Prime? Because you're not going to kill the guy. Like,
you're inferior beings.
Let's fire him out of a cannon into the sun, says Optimus Prime. Let's vivisect him while he's still awake.
Basically, they okay, well, in order to get in and steal whatever's creating this, I think actually they realize it's a transwarp key, but basically they're like,
it's always a transwarp key.
We need humans to help us, so we're going to have to use this Noah guy. So go off, they go to a museum, sneaks in just as he's about to steal a transwarp key from Elena. The Terrorcons, that being Scourge, I know.
Sorry, what?
I think it's Nightbird.
Nightbird.
Yeah. Wait, no. Who the fuck is Night? That is not who I thought it was. I don't remember Nightbird in this movie. I thought there were two others. There was a lady airplane and a guy car who's got like a flail kind of big metal ball on a chain.
Yep.
I'm just looking at Wikipedia for this stuff. I don't remember the other two's name because they don't matter at all. We get into it here. The antagonists in this film, they're so bad and uninteresting. Like, oh my god, for a series that has Megatron and Starscream, oh man, like I'm trying to remember his name. The tank dude, Destroyer. No, it's not Destroyer.
Don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of the tank's name, but you Soundwave, like the Decepticons, well written, interesting. There are some power dynamics there that give intrigue. The Terrorcons are so boring and uninteresting because all you have is Unicron, who has 5 lines of dialogue in this movie, maybe. You have Scourge, who is he's just evil guy. He's just like, I just like to kill. I'll destroy you, Optimus, because I'm a bad guy and I do bad stuff. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, that checks out.
We could have given him some kind of motivation. We could have done some right. No, he's just boring, evil bad guy. So they show up. Basically, the the Terrorcons and the Autobots get into a fight.
Yeah.
Doesn't go well.
Oh,
the Terrorcons basically best the Autobots and run away with the transwarp key. Turns out that's when Scourge then goes. He like basically meditates to talk with Unicron, and then Unicron's like, "You idiot! They broke the key in 2, and this is just half of it." That's when Air Razor shows up. Basically like, "Oh yeah, I only know where this half is." I, for some reason, haven't spoken to the other Autobots in millennia, which I don't understand. Or sorry, the Maximals, I shouldn't say Autobots.
Wait, so, okay, yeah. So Air Razor is just hanging out, doing whatever. And then she's like, I haven't spoke to the Maximals in, like, forever.
Yeah, so basically what happened is they come to Earth.
Looking weird.
They make the decision that in order to ensure that the key is never sort of found by the Terrorcons and Scourge, they're going to split in 2. So Air Razor goes off other side of the globe. The other Maximals stay on one side, but you're like, we know that they could, communicate long distance with the radios. So why Why would she lose connection?
Well, you see, Hassan, convenience.
Yeah,
Is the
basically.
reason.
But basically, Elena,
right.
because she is a... I don't know if they ever... archaeologist, I think. She's all
Sounds
like,
right.
I can figure out where they are based off of these symbols now. And they head off to Peru. That's
Peru.
it.
Also, I looked up the Terrorcons, and I have no fucking idea who these people are. But
I'm sure Transformers fans would. But
yeah, apparently they're from G1 Transformers. I couldn't tell you.
I'll say I couldn't tell you who they are because they have no character development, barely any lines of dialogue. The designs are... We haven't talked about it. The designs
I will
are
say
better in this movie.
yes, I've noticed
They are
that.
still not nearly
They added
as
color.
good as you want them to.
Yeah, I'll say that the Terrorcon designs smack of like 2007 Transformers movie, like
Little
full
bit,
on.
yeah.
They're too dark. They're too ugly looking. There's like not enough going
That real
on.
just gray metallic that you're like,
Yeah.
this is difficult to tell what I'm looking at. They have simplified the designs, and you're right, there's a little more color to it, which is nice.
Yep.
It's just not good enough. It
really isn't.
They don't feel in the same way that the original cartoon made Transformers seem cool, and it made them look interesting and, visually striking. This movie still doesn't have it, but basically we fly to Peru where there's a hidden temple. For some reason, the temple is literally under... I don't know if they ever named the city, but it's a pretty big city, and it's this like hundreds of feet tall cavern that is probably miles in diameter. Underground city. There's literally no way it's
impossible,
the
but sure.
residents of this city wouldn't know about this, but they basically go down. They get the other key. The Terracons show up, but the Autobots manage to escape them and flee. But just as they've gotten away, all of a sudden something's happening, and oh my god, it's the other Maximals. They finally shown up like halfway into this film.
I gotta point out one thing with the Maximals. I made the mistake of looking them up. Why the fuck do they all look the exact same?
In what way? Do you mean they look the exact same?
As
They
in,
are.
with the exception of Ape Link, I could not tell you Optimus Primal from Rhinox to Cheetor from a distance.
So I'm not sure what because they don't really transform in this movie. They're just in like beast form.
Oh, okay. So
they're very easy to tell apart.
okay.
I'll say that.
So there is
They
actually
also have almost no real on-screen time, so it doesn't matter.
So I will say there is actually images of them transformed out of their beast forms as well.
Yeah,
So-
they might, and maybe I'm misremembering.
No.
but
They probably remember it fine. There probably was promotional material. It's like, here are them transformed out of their beast mode. And like that's like the promotional like concept art kind of stuff.
It might have happened at the very end fight scene where it's just
I'm
they're
assuming
like forgettable side characters that
yeah.
don't matter in the fight at all.
I'm kind of assuming that the take they do with like the Maximals is more like, hey, we're the Transformers, and the Maximals are more like Zoids, where they are robot
yeah,
animals with guns and shit on them.
kind of. Yeah.
Okay,
that's a pretty good.
I'm
way
actually
to put it.
I'm fine with that. That is not a horrible interpretation. But it's again, I'll point out if you look them up, like the Maximals from the movie, and you find the art of them transformed out of their beast form, each one looks the exact fucking same.
Yeah, no, it checks out. I mean, look, the designs are better. It's still not good. Still unnecessarily complicated.
No. Yeah.
I'll say CG
Yes.
is pretty good in this. They
Again,
definitely
who is
spent
Ape
money on
Link?
it.
I've never heard of Ape Link in my fucking life.
I looked him up. He is existed well before this movie.
Sure, yeah.
He doesn't matter though. Again, he's there for I think 5 minutes tops, and then he's dead.
Good stuff. Good job, Ape Link.
Yeah. So now we finally have the Maximals and the Autobots together. One thing I should mention: so in the kerfuffle, when the Autobots and humans were trying to escape with the Peruvian part of the transwarp key, Airazor gets hit by Scourge, which then just he has a magical power that then lets him infect any Autobot that he harms, and they become evil for him.
Now, I do there is one thing with Transformers, and that is the weird amount of times they dip into magic.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't necessarily magic. I think they claim it as
Sure.
It's a power he got from Unicron.
Yeah, just random weird magic power from Unicron. Basically. They do that a lot in Transformers. And I'm always kind of weirded out by it. Because you'd think robots maybe have some more technological ideas to why things happen.
Yeah, it's stupid. It also makes her it's she's rusting from it for some reason, which is weird, and I don't
okay.
understand. It's dumb.
If I recall, there's the thing with rust in Transformers.
Yeah, I think so, but
there's a weird thing about that.
So one thing I should mention, I don't think the matrix of leadership exists in this movie, which is weird.
That is weird.
Because originally Ape Link was in charge of the Maximals, and when he dies, he doesn't. There was no transfer of it. So I don't understand that part, but whatever.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, so
I just hand wave that. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's important, but
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Bumblebee died earlier.
In this movie?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. We'll get to it.
But then how does he show up later on?
We'll get to it.
If this is a prequel...
Yeah, it doesn't. We'll get into it. So...
okay... Sure.
So the Maximals and the Autobots decide, we're going to team up, but we need to rest for the night. So the Maximals take them to this very small Peruvian village of people that for millennia we've lived alongside them, blah blah blah. But they wake up the next morning and oh no, Airazor can't control the evilness from Scourge, and so
who could really
basically steals the transwarp key. They go running after her, but it's too late. She gives it to Scourge. Optimus Primal has to mercy kill Airazor. And oh no, all hope is lost. Except no, Optimus and Noah decide that no, we're gonna work together. We're gonna go to this basically this platform forms in the middle of a volcano, and what we're gonna have to do is the humans gonna have to run through this maintenance shaft, while the Autobots and the Maximals do a heroic charge to distract the Terracons so that they can deactivate the transwarp key and stop Unicron from showing up.
Okay, cool.
And so while this is happening, they had placed Bumblebee's corpse on a series of oh my god, whatchamacallit, their fuel source.
I know what it is in the tip of my tongue.
Cybercubes.
Not cybercubes. It's fucking... Look, man, you're asking a non-Transformers fan about this, but it is right there. Energon. Jesus.
Yeah, so they put him on a bunch of Energon, and so what ends up happening is that in the middle of this fight, because this transwarp key has been activated and it's causing all sorts of energy to come out.
Yeah.
The Energon activates, and Bumblebee is just resurrected.
But not Ape Link.
What? No, because Ape Link died on whatever planet the Maximals came from. So what happens?
Okay.
Opening. Unicron shows up, sends down Scourge and the Terracons.
Yeah, okay.
Ape Link sacrifices himself so that the other Maximals can get on the ship and fly away with the transwarp key, and that's when they warp to Earth in the past.
I see.
And so Ape Link died on whatever their home planet was that Unicron ate. Yeah,
I got you. Oh, also, about Ape Link. I figured out Ape Link. I figured out, like, so I was seeing a lot of stuff saying, like, oh, Ape Link is from Generation 1.
It's an ape named Ape. I got it. I know the song.
Sure. And I got confused because, so there are multiple generations.
That's a fun one. Yes.
Yeah. So Generation 1, typically, if you're talking to somebody who knows Transformers in North America, would say Generation 1 is G1 Transformers from the 80s with this certain line of toys and this many episodes of the series. And then G2 was the Headmasters, all that stuff. So, Generation 1 is actually specifically a certain specific Japanese production of the Transformers from, like, I think the 90s?
Something like that.
Which has, like, the designs that they use in the Beast Wars cartoon there as well when the Maximals do show up.
Yeah, no, Transformers is a mess.
It's a fucking mess.
Yep.
So Ape Link is from Generation 1 Transformers, the Japanese version that called itself Transformers Generation 1. I did it.
Yeah,
I researched it.
Yeah. So, anyways, big fight happening. Noah and Elena, they're running through this shaft. They make it to the transwarp key, but oh no, Scourge is there, and then he's gonna kill them. Mirage makes this noble sacrifice where he protects Noah, and he's literally on top of Noah dying. And then through the power of magic and friendship, I'm gonna say,
Yeah, checks out.
Turns his body into like a human-sized exosuit for Noah, which...
Hold on.
So here's the thing.
On.
It's not like exosuits are a new thing in the Transformers
they
universe,
aren't.
right? Yeah. But the part of like, oh, I'm going to sacrifice myself through the power of friendship and magic to do this is so stupid.
Sure. But you do know what this makes Noah, right? Canonically, he is now a headmaster.
Yeah, basically, yeah, I know.
Although he has to get inside of a head first, so.
But it's also it's so stupid that in a movie where they went, oh, we killed off Bumblebee, and then we resurrected him, and we haven't really talked about, but like Bumblebee, RC don't have a whole lot of dialogue in this movie. Don't really matter.
Nah.
Mirage does, because Mirage is meant to have parallels to Noah of, hey, they're not a great team player, they're a little bit reckless, you know, they don't think things through like they should, kind of thing. So to have this movie where the character that you would actually have this emotional impact to have them like be resurrected and come back, is real stupid that instead they didn't go, oh, Mirage dies and then gets resurrected by the Energon, and then he shows up. Because what happens is after Bumblebee gets resurrected, and the fight is like going so for the Maximals and Autobots.
Yeah, sure.
But then all of a sudden, I've already forgotten his name. Stratosphere is flying over, and it's Bumblebee jumping out of him, and he's, you know, literally doing the fall down while he's shooting all kinds of things.
That's pretty good.
Like, okay, this would work if I cared about Bumblebee at all in this movie.
Oh.
Because 100% of your investment into Bumblebee is relying that you are thinking about him and have that investment in this character from either the sort of original set of films or the prequel to all of this, the Bumblebee movie. And without that, his death just, it doesn't matter, and so his resurrection is just weak.
Checks out.
And so, yeah, just them killing Mirage and he becomes an exosuit. It's just silly. Also,
bad
the
Mirage.
CG looks pretty good in this.
Yeah.
The exosuit does not. And there's two parts of it that don't. One, just overall, I don't think the movement of the exosuit in general looks good when compared to the Autobots. Mm-hmm. But also the actor's face behind this helmet, it doesn't look right. It doesn't seem very well done. It's very clear, like, oh, you clearly had his, face on a green screen and you've captured it and then you've just inserted it into this helmet screen, and I don't like it. It doesn't work.
Sounds about right. Also, just man, Mirage is a boring looking character in this movie.
Yes,
it's very.
Yep.
Like, I'm just comparing him to like the toy.
Would you say RC? They did a pretty good job with RC. Looks pretty decent and works. I'd even argue I think Wheeljack looks pretty.
Oh, you know what? That RC is really good. I actually dig her a lot.
Yeah, it's mostly just she looks a lot like she did from the cartoons. Like, yeah, they should have done more of that.
Yeah, they nailed that.
It makes her stand out.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Fight goes on. They effectively defeat Scourge and sort of all the Terracons, but then, oh no, somebody has to. We can't shut down the machine that is opening the gate for Unicron to come through. So someone is gonna have to destroy it, basically.
Oh no! Someone's got to stay behind.
It's going to be Optimus. He's actually found that, you know what? He does care about the humans in Earth, and he'll make this great sacrifice. And so this film bad, but the film's not bad. It's okay. But there's some moments in this where, and people complain about plot holes all the time, but this one has some just weird ones that not even overthinking them are weird. So when Optimus is basically like, I'll do it, I'll stay behind, Optimus Primal then has this line about how, yes, in the history of, the Transformers, your noble sacrifice is this inspiration to us all. And you're like, wait, hold on. Are you Optimus Primal? Did you know that this was coming?
Apparently,
because that raises a lot of questions about, like, then why did Apeling have to die? You guys could have
stopped all this.
You should have known that he was coming, or like, why didn't you do a better job hiding the transwarp keys? Mm-hmm. It raises this moment where you're like, wait, all it would take is one line of dialogue about how, like, oh yeah, no, the history is jumbled, but we do know that, you, Optimus Prime, make a great sacrifice on Earth. Because then you'd also go, oh, okay, that explains why. Because Optimus clearly isn't going to die here if these films are supposed to be part of the others. Because
How's it come back?
Hey, we've got, like, another, whatever it is, like 15, 16 years to the Shia LaBeouf movies. So what?
Or longer, really.
Actually, no. I think it would only be like 13 years because it'd be like 94 to 2007.
It said 94. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like this weird moment of dialogue where you're just like, oh, wait, so you do know about the history of all this? That's weird. Optimus obviously doesn't die because everybody just forms a chain and pulls him back from this crumbling machine.
Yep. Checks out. Yep.
And so then we see all the Autobots and Maximals, in the back of Stratosphere as they're flying back to New York. And it's weird. There's this, a tired Elena ends up, like, I believe she's asleep, but her head kind of goes onto Noah's shoulder, and you're like, okay, are we implying a romance here? Because it really wasn't much of a romance, but whatever.
Do we care?
Fine. No, we don't. But we then jump to Noah is heading to a job interview for some sort of security guard position, and he sees Elena on the TV, and he's all like, yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah.
And so he then sits down. What?
No, nothing. Just thinking. Like, look, I can't stop thinking about it. How old is Elena?
Mid-20s, late 20s.
All right, we're good. The Romeo and Juliet statues
no, they're all adults here. And so
bringing it back.
So Noah at this job interview, and so he sits down with this guy, and he's like, oh yes, tell us about blah blah blah. Oh, see, you got this gap in your resume. What's up with that? And he's like, oh yeah, I can't tell you too much of it. I was under NDA, but I was doing some work down in South America. And the guy's, the chat, and he's like, wow, yeah, that sounds great. Peru must have been awesome. And it was like, wait, I didn't say anything about Peru. I just said South America. And the guy's like, oh, we know about you, Noah. We know what you did, blah, blah, blah. We'd love to have you join us, and it's like, ooh, secret government guy.
Oh, shit.
Like, nah, I'm not into that. And so the guy's just like, well, you know what? That's fine. We understand that. But you know what we are going to do? We're going to look after your sick brother. Here's this card. He's going to have all of his health bills taken care of. He's going to have doctors that you just have their personal phone numbers. And immediately I hated this scene because I'm like, what is it?
What is that?
This weird government propaganda?
What?
Because
it is that.
The idea of America looking after its heroes is insane.
Doesn't do it.
Let alone a post-Vietnam War America.
Yep.
You're like, go find a Veterans Affairs person who's like, yeah, no, America looks after all of its heroes.
Yeah.
It takes care of their healthcare issues. No, that's so stupid and insane.
Mm-hmm.
And B, in like a post 9/11 where the first responders are always having to go to Congress and beg for money to look after their health issues. Like,
fucking Jon Stewart fought for that shit.
Weird to me. Yeah, it was just so weird to me. It's like, why is there this weird pro-government propaganda thing happening? I don't understand.
I love that American jingoism in Transformers movies. Like, it's those movies are these movies are filled with American jingoism, pro-military crazy shit.
But this one, it wasn't there until this point, and so it's just super weird. Like, what? Why? Where did this come from?
Because they're like 90% funded by the U.S. government.
Been in America.
Yeah, I mean, true. But I mean, like, most of these Transformers movies are funded by the U.S. Army, Navy, and government, right? So,
well, not funded per se, but they have involvement because they use military vehicles.
So, did you not know about this stuff?
Well, I know that
I think
the U.S. military gets involved, but I know they generally don't directly give money. It's more so they will like, yeah, you can use this airbase for free kind of thing, or like, hey, we'll loan you these vehicles to use for free.
They also do give money, unfortunately, so...
Probably not much, though. Not in the grand scheme of like what a film costs, right?
In the millions, actually, sometimes, yeah.
But that's not right. Millions. Again, this film probably costs somewhere in the range of $400 million, right? So maybe the military gives some money, but it's going to be peanuts compared to actual film budgets these days. But it's a really stupid thing. And then there's a post-credit scene where it's Noah repairing Mirage, which is weird because I don't think Mirage is in any of the other Transformers movies.
No, not that I remember.
I mean, Noah's not either, nor is his exosuit. So what's up with that? Like,
whatever,
it's a very weird... If this is supposed to all be part of this one singular storyline,
yeah,
it doesn't it doesn't fit in very well to the rest of it.
Nope.
Bumblebee fits in with it.
Yeah, sure.
But all the other stuff after it gets very weird. It doesn't make sense at all. Because then it also means, hey, the U.S. government in 94 was already well aware. I mean, Bumblebee also, the U.S. government would have been aware of the Transformers because of that movie. But with this one, like this guy at the end is talking about how they're already working on sort of anti-Transformer plans and weapons. You're like,
okay.
Where's all that stuff in the 2007 film?
Yeah,
then?
You had 10 years. What happened?
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
It didn't take you that long to develop anti-Transformer shit. Like, I mean, that stuff shows. Yeah, that's messy.
I mean, no, it's a stupid ending. It's a bad ending.
Yeah.
The overall movie, it's fine. It's a hey, if you got nothing better to do, watch it. I would not ever recommend someone go out of their way to see it, even though this film made $439 million globally.
Broke even, yep.
I will say I would not look forward to a sequel from this.
No, none of these
do not do
sequels.
anything with the They do almost nothing with the Maximals in this movie.
That checks out. I mean, that's the thing that I've watched a few of these movies, like I think like 3 of them. And every time I watch one of these movies, I might as well just be watching the first one, just simply because like they don't do anything with the premise that they give you in the movie. Like the third one is like Dark of the Moon, and they use that whole like there's like a it's Decepticon based in the moon, the dark side of the moon kind of thing, but they don't do anything with that.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, doesn't matter.
These things are focused on humans. I will say, from the ones that I've seen, which is the first one, Bumblebee, and then that first one after the Shia LaBeouf trilogy,
the Night something, whatever it's called,
the Last Night. I don't know. I don't think so because one of them literally involves Excalibur, as I understand it, and that's not the one that I've seen. But I will say this one, it's a pretty fun movie overall.
Sure.
The humor is decent. I wouldn't necessarily say it ever made me, laugh out loud or crying from laughing or anything, but I do enjoy them. I do think that Noah Diaz's actor, Anthony Ramos, he's fun, does a pretty good job in the role. He's got charisma. Dominique Fishback is decent in her role. I don't think she has nearly as much. The writing for her character doesn't really let her do too much other than just be, scared archaeologist in a lot of ways. So she's good, but Noah's really, your star. And I did enjoy it overall, but definitely it's got some problems. It's, the action is decent. The fights are fine, but they're also just a lot of CGI mess.
I mean, that's those fights. That's just how those movies roll. I think you're going to get to a point where eventually you're going to be like, God, I missed Michael Bay Transformers movies. Because at least they blew stuff up in real life.
Well, that is true. I will give them that. I don't expect we get a direct sequel to this movie. I'd be very shocked, especially with it not doing. According
to Wikipedia, the next movie is in 2024. Comes out on my birthday. That's fun.
Is that still on track though?
Might be. I don't know, but it's called Transformers 1. I smell a soft reboot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would probably make a little bit more sense. Because I was gonna say this film, it did okay, not great. Like critically, it definitely didn't do particularly well. And again, box office, it did okay, not
by Josh
great.
Cooley.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see a good Transformers, or not good. I would love to see a different Transformers movie at this point, is how I guess I would put it. I'll be honest, I don't even care for the bad, as long as it's different. Just very tired of the design style that they're using for the Transformers in live action. Tired of the kind of writing that they have for them. Tired of this focus on the humans. You know, I would kill for them to do, hey, here's a Transformers movie, and you know what? It's entirely set on Cybertron, and we have way more simplified look.
Yeah. Well, according to...
It'd be a bad movie. I would prefer that over another middling one of these.
Well, according to what else is on Wikipedia with Transformers 1, that's actually what Transformers 1 is supposed to be. It's supposed to be one that's like set on Cybertron. And it will be all entirely CGI because you can't put live action stuff in that scenario. It seems
if they just built a Cybertron instead
for actors to show up onto.
No, they build a Cybertron and they build like Autobots or just Transformers in general.
Oh, you mean the people do?
Yeah. They're like, we as a society, we're going to build that planet and the Transformers, and that way we can do the film all in live action.
I can see them doing that. I can.
Okay, great. Now I'm looking forward to it.
It's not... That shouldn't be it, but might be.
Yeah,
I hope not, but they shouldn't do that.
No.
No.
Planet.
Like the entire set is a planet. As in they actually built a planet.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
in
they
real
should
life.
build Cybertron.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing.
You're saying in real life they should build
Yeah,
Cybertron.
to scale. Yes.
Oh. Okay. Good idea.
Also build the space bridges, which are just those weird invisible roads that the Transformers can drive on between planets.
Yeah, I mean, also good luck with that. Building a whole planet is one thing. Actually, you know what? I think the space bridge might be easier to do.
No, I think it's way harder because it's literally a weird invisible bridge that somehow
that's true.
It's connected to planets.
Yeah, good point. That's difficult.
Like, at least, hey, building a planet, that's just a giant sphere of things. A literal physical space bridge connecting planets at the speed that planets are moving and the distances, that's insane. Impossible. It's way crazier and stupider.
I guess so. You're right.
It.
That's impossible. I guess, the space bridge is impossible. Building a whole Cybertron is not. Yeah.
That's all I have to say about this movie. And just to quickly summarize, don't watch it unless you're on an airplane. If you're on an airplane, watch it.
Cool.
What else are you going to do? Nothing.
I usually just sit back and think about how much better my life would be if I had like a trepanation.
Okay. All right. Well, on that
or
note,
lobotomy.
why don't you tell the people where to find that?
If I had a hole drilled in the back of my skull so the wind can get through. You could go to our Twitter page, which is at EIFNIR. That's where we are doing the stuff where we talk about nothing. Or shows, whatever. Go there and, look at our feed. Yell at us about Transformers. You'll love it. You'll love yelling at us about Transformers. You can also go to our Spotify, iTunes pages, and if you're on our YouTube page watching this, leave a like and subscribe, those kinds of things. But more importantly, share this with your friends. If you love hearing the fact that I figured out where Apelink comes from, and it's it's from Generation 1 Transformers, like the show called Generation 1, not G1 Transformers in America, and you don't really want to repeat that statement to your friends, you could just show them this podcast episode, And like, here's this guy that says this. And here's this other guy who explains the entire plot of Rise of the Beast to you. And you go like, wow, that's like a great podcast. I'm going to share this with my mom. And then you realize your
Moms love our podcasts.
Yeah, moms love our podcasts. We're big into that mom culture. Yeah.
What do they call it? Not Pinterest mommy. Tumblr mommy? I forget. There's a social media site that all the mothers use.
Okay. I think Pinterest is the one, right? I assume Pinterest.
Right.
Pinterest has big mom vibes. I gotta say. Anyway, go to friends.djdang.com. Let's go to Does Music, djdang.com. Listen to his great tunes. I don't know if he has anything about Transformers there. He might.
Make him make one if he doesn't.
Make him make one.
Mashup of Dare and something else.
Yeah, and then just show him a picture of how they fucked up real bad Wheeljack's face in Rise of the Beasts. Real bad. You know, Wheeljack looked fucking cool in the other things.
Kind of like his look. I don't know.
In Rise of the Beasts,
dumb, but it works. Yeah,
sure, but like he's got the wings, and it's just like he's got
that part's
cool.
Stupid. I'll give you that.
No, that part's cool.
Oh.
The wings are good.
Oh, no, I thought you meant in this, he's got like he's got like an angular face.
Oh, that part's dumb.
It's fair.
I get the glasses. Like, I understand what they're going for, because these are the same movies that had the giant swinging testicles, but yeah. Anyway, share this information with DJ Dang and see what he says. He needs to know. Anyway, that is it for our show. Tune in next time for another emoted episode of Everything is Finally Ruined. See ya.
See ya.
Say it. You are correct. You win.